Hello guys, we will be solving major sums from Unitary method first exercise. Let's start. 6 books weigh to 1.260 kg. How many books will weigh 3.50 kg? Let's first write quantity and value is books. Value is the weight. We first need to understand whether it is direct variation or inverse variation. So let's check. So we have quantity and value. So with the increase of quantity, value should also increase for direct variation. So let's check. If number of books are more, then the weight will also be more. Yes. If the number of books are less, then the weight will also be less. So it is a direct variation. Okay, now we have understood this. It's very easy. Let's make a table. We want to find number of books. So the books will be on right side. Books. Weight will be on left side. Okay. What have they given? 1.26 kg for 6 books. So we'll write here 1.26 for 6 books. How many books will weigh 3.150 kg? 3.150 kg will come here. 3.15. And this will become x. It is direct variation. So we make an arrow here. Downward arrow. Always downward arrow here. Since it's a direct variation, same thing will apply here. The arrow will be in the same direction downwards. Right? Now we'll apply the formula. The formula is head upon tail equal to head upon tail. So head upon tail we'll write here. Head upon tail equal to head upon tail. 3.15 upon 1.26. Okay. Okay, first let's multiply both by 100. So we can remove the point. So we get x upon 6 is equal to 315 upon 126. Now let's take the 6 here. We get x is equal to 315 upon 126 multiplied by 6. We can cut this by 6 ones are 6 20 ones are. Now we can cancel by 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28, 35 5. Okay, and 3 15. Therefore x is equal to 15. So we got x as 15. So the final answer is, they are asking how many books will weigh 3.150 kg. So answer is 15 books will weigh 0.150 kg. Let's move on to the next sum. 15th question. 125 students have food sufficient for 18 days. If 25 more students join them, how long will the food last now? What assumptions have you made? So there is some amount of food which is sufficient for 125 students for 18 days. Then what happens? 25 more students join, so it becomes 150. Then how long will the food last now? Let's write the quantity and the value. Quantity and value. Quantity is students and value is days of food. Okay, let's check now. If the number of students are more, then the amount of food will get over quickly. So the days will be reduced. If the students are less, then the amount of food won't get over very quickly. So the days of food will be increased. So it's an inverse variation. If students are more, then there are less number of days left with the food. Okay, so therefore it is inverse variation. So now we know it's an inverse variation. We can solve now. Just make a table. So we have to find how long will the food last now. So number of days will come on the right side. Students, days. Okay. Simple table. 125 students, 18 days. So for 125 students, 18 days the food will last. Now 25 more students join. So total students becomes 150. Since the students have increased, days will reduce because food will get over quickly if there are more people, more students who are eating. So it's an inverse variation. We write x here. Again, the arrow method, we write a downward arrow here always, and here it is an inverse variation. So the arrow will be opposite here. So upward arrow. Now same formula, head upon tail equal to head upon tail. So head upon tail is equal to head upon tail. So 125 divided by 150. So we get x is equal to 125. We take 18 over here upon 150 multiplied by 18. Now we can cancel this by 5, 30, 5, 25. Again, you can cancel by 5, 5, 6 are 30, 5, 5 are 25, 6, 3 are 18. So x is equal to 15. Food will last for 15 days. Now, they are asking a follow-up question. What assumptions have you made? So, when they have written, if 25 more students join, we are directly assuming that they are also going to have food. So, this is the assumption we have made. So, in assumptions, we can write assumption all students have food. Have food. Let's move to the next sum. 16th sum. A carpenter prepares a new chair in 3 days, working 8 hours a day. At least how many hours per day must he work to make the same chair in 4 days? Let's understand the question first. It's a little tricky. What is happening is, initially, he's working for 3 days for 8 hours a day. If the work is spread out for 10 days, then the number of hours per day will reduce. So we can write here quantity and value, number of days, and value will be hours per day. Hours per day. With the increase in number of days, hours per day will reduce. Therefore, inverse variation. Right? Let's solve now. It's very easy now. Now, when we have figured this out, it's very easy. We just make the table. Number of days, hours per day, in first scenario, for 3 days, he works 8 hours per day, and we want to find for 4 days how much hours per day he has to work. So let's call it x. Again the same thing, downward arrow over here, and since it's inverse, opposite arrow here. Now head upon tail equal to head upon tail. So x head upon tail is equal to head upon tail, 3 upon 4. So x will be 3 upon 4 multiplied by 8. So we get x is equal to 6. So the answer is, he has to work at least 6 hours per day. A man earns 5,810 days. How much will he earn in Feb leap year? Now we know in leap year, Feb has 29 days. So this is 29 days. Okay, so the quantity and value will be quantity value days earning. With the increase in days, earning will also increase. Therefore, it is a direct variation. Direct variation Now let's make the table. Earnings will be on the right side because we have to find earnings. Days, earnings. Days is 10 days. Earning is 5800. Then days is 29. Earnings is X. Same thing. Downward arrow always here. It's a direct variation, so same direction arrow here. Now let's get the 5800 there. X is equal to 29 divided by 10 multiplied by 5800. Cancel the 0 here. 29 into 580 is 16820. 16820. This is the final answer. So the answer we'll write now. He will earn rupees 16820. Question 18. A machine makes 500 rubber balls in 30 minutes. How many rubber balls will it make in 3.5 hours? First we have to convert this into same unit. So 3.5 hours is how much? 3.5 hours is 3 hours plus half hours into minutes. So 3 multiplied by 60 minutes, because 1 hour has 60 minutes, plus half multiplied by 60 minutes. So we get 180 plus 30, which is 210 minutes. Okay, now let's see quantity value. Quantity value, balls, rubber balls made in 30 minutes. So time taken to make it. If the number of balls are increased, the time will also increase. So it is a direct variation. Therefore, direct variation now we'll make a table, simple table. So we'll write here time, number of balls. Time will be 30 minutes 500, 30 500, and 210 x. We have to find the number of balls in 210 minutes. Okay. Downward arrow here. It's direct variation, so also here downward arrow. Now head upon tail, x upon 500 equal to head upon tail. Now we take the 500 here. X is equal to 210 upon 30 multiplied by 500. Now 370. So this will be 3500. So the final answer is, it will make 3500 balls. 120 identical articles can be prepared by 25 men in 10 days. Find how many articles can be prepared by 35 men in the same time. This question is a little tricky. They have given here 10 days in the first scenario and same time in the second scenario. Means 10 days in both. So we can ignore this variable because it's the same. So this is just given to confuse you. So we can just simply see 120 articles can be prepared by 25 men in some time, and 35 men, and how many articles can be prepared by 35 men. Let's write the quantity and value. Quantity value, men, articles. Now let's think, if number of men increases, number of articles they can prepare will also increase. So it's a direct variation, right? Therefore direct variation. Let's simply make the table now. We have to find number of articles, so it will be on the right column. Men, articles. Number of men is 25, articles 120. For how many articles can be prepared by 35 men? 35 men X. Okay. Downward arrow here also, since it's direct variation. Head upon tail is equal to head upon tail. Therefore, X is equal to 35 upon 25 multiplied by 120. 5 5s are 5 7s are 5 2s are 10 24. So we get 24 multiplied by 7, which is 168. 168. Answer will be 168 articles can be prepared. This was the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching.